guys, darlings. Welcome to my sector of the universe. This is Jasper Capella Wellness, here to help you step into your truth and star into your power. For those of you who've never been here before, welcome. Thank you so much for being here for the first time. I'm so glad you're here. For those of you who are returning for another weekly, thank you for rejoining me for another one of these readings. And to those of my who are my subscribers, thank you so very much for your love, your loyalty, and support. It means the world to me. I am forever grateful to each and every one of you. I want to mention that I have my first Capella class. People usually call them master classes, but I wanted to do something different and call it a Capella class on reintegrating the divine feminine. I have 3 different sessions for those. If you want more information, you can stick around to the end of the reading, or you can check out the description box below on more information about what that entails and how to book it and the dates and times and things like that. Also, if you would like a personal reading with me or a coaching session, that information is in the description box below. All right. I wish you guys a wonderful, beautiful, motivational, inspiring week, and I wish you a happy Valentine's Day. With that being said, let's get into your reading. Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your weekly reading. How are you today? I hope all is well with you. I send you many blessings, much love for this week and the weekend ahead. Happy early Valentine's Day to you. Scorpio, if you've never been here before, what we're going to do is we're going to see what your overall theme is for this week, what you need to focus on and what you need to avoid for your spiritual growth, because that is what this is about. So you can align yourself with and attract the many wonderful blessings and miracles God has waiting for you. I'm not even done talking yet. Stick around to the end so you can see what other guidance spirit has for you, what your crystal is, so that it can help support you with your healing, and what your affirmation of the week is. We're also going to see what the full moon in Leo is bringing you. That occurs on February 16th. It's not too long from when I'm recording this. That also happens when That also happens when Mars and Venus conjunct at exactly 16 degrees of Capricorn. Gonna be quite a spectacle there. And then we're gonna see what's going on with your love situation. All right. Okay. Let's see what your overall theme is for this week, Scorpio. Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian Syrians, please reveal to us for our highest good. What is the overall theme for Scorpio for this week? Please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Remember, time is fluid. When I say this week, this really is a timeless reading. I also highly recommend you watch your moon, rising, Venus, and your North Node signs to get additional guidance on how to navigate the energies surrounding you. Going to be a lot of changes for a lot of us, especially now that we have the North Node in Taurus and the South Node in Scorpio. All right, I guess they're thinking. There we go. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, hey. We've got sexual freedom here. Look at that. All right, Scorpio. This is pretty much your energy, guys, because Scorpio is the house where sex is involved. So this is very appropriate for you guys, huh? Total Scorpio energy right here. All right, so for your theme with the sexual freedom here, I'm getting that some of you may very well be either seeking a partner that's more divine in nature, more spiritual, instead of just, now this is not for everybody, okay? Take what resonates, leave what doesn't for somebody else, but with regards to the sexual energies, and again, I'm not judging anybody, but you got to be honest with yourself here. This is about, for some of you, where you are actually, maybe you're trying to use sex to fill a void, or you've had sexual partners and you know that there's something more to it than this, okay? And you're starting to realize, you know what? I mean, I need something more filling. That's not the word I want to use, but that's what they said. I want something more enlightening, because there's the lotus there. That's the symbol of enlightenment, of spirituality, of growth, right? New beginnings. Some of you are really seeking a connection where there's a deep soul connection. It's not just about the sex, because sex isn't love, okay? Sex is actually worship. So some of you may be looking for a stronger commitment, where you're going to find this partner that you're really going to connect with, and you're going to have same core values, same goals, aspirations, dreams. I'm hearing for some of you, like, yeah, I gotta stop hooking up or something like that, because you're starting to realize that it could be draining for you, or it's empty. Okay, it feels empty to you. It's like that Ace of Cups of yours. You think that you're feeling it by kind of fulfilling your sexual needs, but it's actually not, because then you realize that the water gets poured out again, or there was an illusion that your cup was actually being filled with whatever, this might be. It could even just be with and I'm gonna have to say it, there might be somebody here with getting caught up in porn or something. Okay. And again, there's no judgment here. I don't judge anybody. I have no right to do that. That's God's doing. So really starting to really go deep, no pun intended, but about the soul here. Okay, not from a physical standpoint, but from getting into the soul of someone and having this spiritual compatibility, this spiritual connection with somebody, because this is a very spiritual card, right? But there's this thing about this enlightenment, this power, this vitality to this card, and being intertwined, and be the two becoming one. It's kind of like the Temperance card here. So having many sexual partners, you may feel liberated, but again, some of you are starting to realize that I don't really feel that free. It's not fulfilling. There's got to be more to this, because maybe this is for somebody. I know this is coming up. Let's say for those of you who are resonating with this, the act happens and then afterwards it's kind of like dead silence, or maybe you really want to cuddle, but then you're afraid to do that, especially if you might be a male here, that you're afraid that the female would be like, what the heck are you doing, type of thing, because that tends to be more of like a feminine thing, and sometimes males don't want to tap into that feminine side, and who cares? If the female's not going to respect that, then that's definitely not your person. And it could go the other way around too, right? Female wants to cuddle and the male doesn't, and it's just like it goes both ways. All right, so that's for somebody's story. You want a closer connection, and then afterwards maybe somebody gets up and goes, and then you're just left there, and you're like, okay. And maybe it was fun for a while, Scorpio, but now you're like, is this really how I'm going to live my life? Is this really what I want to be doing? Like, you want somebody to laugh and have fun with, and to talk about deep things with, right? Because you are Scorpio. You guys are just this deep energy, and it could be dark sometimes, okay? So maybe some of you guys have gotten to a dark place with regards to sex or whatever. And again, there's no judgment here. I'm just picking up the energies from you guys. So, but you're starting to realize that there's got to be something more to this type of activity, okay? You find true sexual freedom with someone when you have a spiritual connection, okay? when you are best friends too, and you have some of the same dreams, as I said, core values, aspirations. You guys could talk about almost anything. And even if one of you might have a slightly different viewpoint on something, the other person won't chastise you for it. They won't judge you for it. They won't criticize or ridicule you for it. They'll respect your opinion, and you can have like a very friendly debate and not really try to one up the other person or say, "Oh, you're right and I'm wrong. You're wrong and I'm right," type of thing. When you have that type of relationship and you can be vulnerable with each other, because these people are naked, and yes, you usually are naked when you're engaged in sex, but it's not just about that. It's being vulnerable with each other and expressing our true selves, right? This is authenticity, integrity, being your true self, and to not be fearful of that. And when you have that type of freedom and you can express each other in a way that you're not afraid to, when you engage in this sexual activity, engage in sex itself, you actually have a sexual union. This is a sexual union card. Seeing the divinity within each other, honoring the divine within, honoring who you guys truly are as individuals, right? Because if you don't have that, then sex is just sex, and it's going to be, well, let me just have at it, get my jollies, and be done. But I think a lot of people are starting to realize, especially with these astrological transits and Mars and Venus conjuncting in a few days. What day is it? In like about 8 days, I believe, at the time of recording this. People are going to start to want to really connect with their partner and find something that's more long-lasting and more enlightening, fulfilling. Okay, you're going to start learning how to honor the place in one's soul, okay, and the other person's soul. And when you have that strong soul connection, you're really going to experience true bliss. And there's the true sexual freedom there. Okay. And what I'm getting from this, I'm seeing the Lover's card with the Devil, Ace of Wands, where there's a strong, insane, passionate connection. There's strong chemistry there. And when you do engage in sex, what's going to happen is that you're going to go to levels you've never been. It's kind of like, there's this Vivian Green song, and I keep forgetting what the title is. It's a one-word title, and she talks about the strong connection she has with her partner. It could be her husband, I don't know who it is, but she talks about they end up going up out into the universe, into like their own realm, and it's just like she keeps being taken there, and it's to a place that she's never been. And every time she engages in this with her partner, whoever she's talking about, it's a state of euphoria. Okay, it's a true state of bliss. And what happens is, after you guys are done, it stays around for a long time. And every time you do more of that with that sexual union, it builds up that bond stronger and stronger and stronger. And that bliss just magnifies to the point where it's like, oh my gosh, I've never felt anything like this. This is where God wants us to get to. Again, it's not just about getting your jollies, being one and done, and then, okay, cool, that's it, and you feel free for a little bit. But are you really liberated here, Scorpio? Do you really feel fulfilled, light, free as a bird? I mean, we have 2 doves there, okay? You have to find that maturity within each of you, that spiritual maturity, and respect yourself and your partner. Even loving all the flaws, the little things that kind of might irk you a little bit. Being open with one another. not holding yourself back, right? Because here's another thing. If you hold yourself back while engaging in sex, you are not being your authentic self. And I'll give an example. Because some people, let's say somebody, let's look at a female, for example, someone who's very vocal and she could like say these like really dirty things or curses or something like that. And with all the other partners, she may have very well suppressed that because of fear of what the male would think, or maybe even the male think that, you know, the female might be like not classy enough or something like that. There's a stigma with that, right? That even women have to act a certain way in bed when they really don't. This is about them really tapping into their Shakti here. It's like the energy of the goddess Lalita Tripura Sundari. She's the goddess of like eroticism and stuff like that, but like, you know, like that deep sex, but it's coming from a spiritual place and not being afraid of being that way. Okay. So for females who are watching this, this is about you tapping into that, where when you're suppressing yourself and you're not really, especially if there's a thing with being vocal or something like that, or doing certain things a certain way, but you really want to do them as long as it's healthy, you're not being your true self. And what happens is that you can't connect truly with your partner. And then you don't really have a strong sexual relationship with that individual. Okay. So be in tune with your own sexuality and valuing that. Okay. Don't just have sex with somebody just to have sex with them. And don't do it just to secure a relationship. Don't do it to keep them, you know, because you're afraid of being alone. Don't do it because you're afraid of them walking away from you, or, you know, don't do it because they're going to look at you in a different light, or they're going to love you more, or they're going to like you more, or they're going to keep you around more. No, don't do that. Honor yourself, okay? Respect yourself. Your body is a temple, all right? God wants us to experience something that's quite significant. It's just like through the roof, through the stratosphere, across the universe. Like you probably go to different dimensions with when you engage in sexual activity with somebody. That really brings your souls a lot closer with that. But again, you have to have that type of connection. So there's also about what true intimacy is, because intimacy is not sex, okay? Intimacy could be a bubble bath with somebody, not talking, and just sitting there holding each other and maybe just telepathically communicating. Intimacy can be about talking about your deepest, darkest fears, or even your dreams or something that you've never told anybody, but you feel vulnerable enough to express that with someone because you feel safe, right? That's true intimacy right there. That deepens the bond between the two of you. There's so many other things, you know, with regards to sex and intimacy here that we really need to bring back into the forefront, because the society and movies and social media has kind of put a really negative light on this stuff, okay? So let go of those social norms and those stigmas, the taboos about what sex is, okay? This is about you giving yourself that permission to really explore, you know, who you truly are while you're engaging in this, and not being afraid of your own sexuality, okay? And if somebody cannot honor that, respect that, you shouldn't be engaging in this type of activity with that individual, because remember, there's an exchange of energies when you are having sex with someone, and on top of that, whoever that person had sex with, they are you know, picked up on their energies too. So be careful with that as well. And it just does not have to do with, you know, the STDs and stuff like that, right? Or pregnancy. That might be part of it, but this goes beyond that. And I'm kind of laughing because it's turned into a sex reading, but there's a reason for this, okay? But here's the thing. Apparently it's very important to you, Scorpio, but start really looking at sex in a different light. Again, it's not power, it's not love, it's worship. Sex is worship, okay? And start really honoring your true self and your central self and your sexual self here. And the bottom of the deck is commitment, right? Start committing to yourself first and honoring yourself first before you engage in sex with somebody else. And stick to your truths, your convictions. Stay true to your beliefs about what sex really is to you, okay? And yeah, stick to that. It's like I see 8 of Pentacles with this. When you do that, you start to attract somebody who's going to have very similar commitments, if not the exact same commitments as you. And I said before, don't use sex to try to get someone to stay in a relationship, right? Sex is also not commitment. Just because somebody has sex with you, Scorpio, doesn't mean they're committed to you. Because again, I talked about the Knight of Wands and Cancer's reading. Because there are people and there's underlying wounds with that who just come in and out of people's lives. Or that's why, you know, with just sexual partners and things, they just try to get their jollies, and it's just like, I'm just going to do this because I don't want to tune into my emotions. I don't want to get into a deep commitment. I don't want to have that, because they're actually afraid of it. It could very well be stemming from some childhood emotional trauma, or something was traumatizing in a relationship of theirs. Maybe you were cheated on, and somebody was sleeping around with somebody else. And you're like, oh my gosh, you know, this, and that. Maybe somebody got pregnant, or maybe somebody had a scare, or somebody had contracted something, okay? It happens. And maybe you experienced that, Scorpio, or your person did, and all of a sudden you start to become emotionally numb to that because you had this very deep connection with this person, or you felt a lot for this person, and they screwed you over, okay? So then that really messed up your views on sex as well, and your true emotions, okay? And what commitment is, all right? And maybe you started to go, or your person, again, there's no judgment here. I'm picking up on a lot of stuff. And maybe because of that, you see sex as power, or you see sex as commitment, or love, all right? But again, don't try to have someone commit to you by having sex with them, okay? And don't beat yourself up, Scorpio. Somebody here is feeling very guilty because this is hitting home with you. Look, you know, a lot of us have been in predicaments like this, and we get caught up in society, the 3D world, right? What other people say, and we're like, okay, well, maybe it won't be so bad, but we have to get back to seeing the true nature of what sex really is. It's supposed to be this, how do I want to say, event, maybe, that's supposed to be a deepening of the connection between two people who truly unconditionally love each other, who are truly connected at the soul. And, you know, it's like that two becoming one type of energy, like the temperance energy, and feeling that true sense of bliss. And when, after, again, the activity has ended, you still feel that, and you become even closer to that person, and that it magnifies that connection and magnifies the love between you two, and it lasts for a long time, like I said, because I said, like, for some of you, you know, the feeling just goes away, and then you go about your everyday life, and it's like you still feel empty inside. I think for some of you, you're starting to realize the sex is not doing it for you because you're not having it with the right people. Especially if their energies are low vibrational, you're picking up on that, Scorpio. This is for some of you, not for all of you. Remember, it's a collective reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't for somebody who's watching this. But be honest with yourself. This is to get you to be with where you need to be, and with a partner, your true partner, where there's going to be a lot of beautiful things that occur between the two of you. Some of you, yeah, you're starting to realize that it's like, I don't really feel truly happy afterwards. Some of you want true commitment with somebody. The swans represent a deep soul connection, a blissful relationship. I see 10 of Cups with this. Maybe 2 of Cups, like-minded people, right? So start committing to yourself, Scorpio. Look, it's another lotus. See? Lotuses are very significant here. So they're telling me if you start to see lotuses, this is a confirmation of this reading, that it really was for you. Okay? Or if you see swans, or doves, or the full moon, or stars. So start committing to yourself first, working on your healing, your abundance, that type of thing. You will start to attract somebody who's in the same vibrational state as you. So don't get caught up in unhealthy commitments of trying to rescue someone, trying to please somebody else when you know that's not what you should be doing, especially if you're trying to please somebody else by having sex with them just because they ask for it or something, but you know that's not you, or you don't want to do it right now, or whatever this is, right? That's unhealthy. That's not a true loving commitment here. Don't give into that stuff because you're not going to be truly happy, all right? Really commit to who you need to be at this time. All right. Do you, Scorpio, first. You're going to attract this person who you will have true sexual union with. Okay. It's not just a hookup, it's a union. A divine union between 2 people. Let's see what you need to focus on for this week. What does Scorpio need to focus on for this week? Spirit guides and angels, galactic family, Pleiadian Sirians, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. They just gave me a title for this video. I'm like, really? Am I going to put that out there? They're saying yes. I'm not going to tell you guys. Well, you guys already know because you're watching this video, so you already saw the thumbnail. Interesting. Interesting how this reading turned out. So far, let's see what you need to focus on. I'm seeing the Empress with this. It's like really getting to your divine self, Scorpio. Yeah, there's a lot of people out there. They're not truly satisfied, and it's like people are really going to start realizing there's way more to love and sex than just what I'm experiencing. And that starts with you doing the work, the inner work first, to really be balancing your feminine and masculine energies. And there we go. Thank you, Spirit. And really getting more in tune with your divine self. So we have the 7 of Cups here. See, I said the Ace of Wands. There's the Ace of Wands. Bottom of the deck is the 2 of Pentacles. You got to start prioritizing what is truly important to you in life, Scorpio. Stop going back and forth. See, this is what I was picking up for at least somebody here, you know, with sex or whatever. It's kind of like, I don't want to do it, but maybe I'll do it to keep this person around, or to try to, what's it called? Save the marriage. Okay, that might be somebody here. If you don't have that connection with that person, even if it's your spouse, if you're not being sexually fulfilled in a marriage, Scorpio, you're not going to have that true sexual union, okay? You're going back and forth between something. I just picked up out of nowhere. Somebody's contemplating divorce from their spouse because there's a lot of things going on where your person is not really fulfilling your needs, and they're not fulfilling your needs sexually. I don't care how old you are. There may be some Scorpios watching this who are like much older than I am, and I'm 41, where, you know, they think that sex is dead when you get to a certain age. Oh, no, 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 no. No, no, no. Whoever this is resonating with, you know, we need this in our lives. But again, it's because of, you need to have that connection with that somebody, that person. Okay? So there's somebody here who's like going back and forth, and they're kind of like, okay, well, you know, I don't feel sexually free. That's because like whoever you're with, either the fire has died, or this person was never your counterpart to begin with, or you're the person that God wanted you to begin with, or whatever this is. And you're debating on whether to just like walk away from this person. And for somebody here who's married, like contemplating divorce because of it. And you shouldn't feel guilty about that, right? And I know in religions they're kind of like, oh, sex is just for procreation and stuff. Guys, God showed me something completely different. And look, I'm not going to judge you for what you believe, okay? This is what I have learned based on my own ascension process, my enlightening, my awakening process, journey, my soul's journey, what God has revealed to me. I said again, sex is worship, okay? Yes, it's used for procreation, but it's not just used for that. It's really having two people become even closer to each other, and you know, you feel liberated. And sometimes, you know, this stuff needs to be released, but it's also this like loving connection between two people, this act that's not just for procreation, right? And if there's a certain way that you want to be in the bedroom, then you own up to that, right? Provided that it's not harming yourself or somebody, that's something different. But, you know, some of you are just really debating on that. And it's like, I can't make a decision. It's, again, if you're trying to, I said, stay in a marriage, just have sex with somebody just to keep the marriage going, or there's lack thereof, okay? Maybe you're not having enough of it. Or you are trying to keep somebody around. So you're trying to fulfill their sexual needs when you know deep down inside this is not the right thing to do. You got to stick to your convictions here, Scorpio. You have to really start choosing what is right for you. Okay? Prioritizing what is important for you. And if you're not getting that from your partner, or so if you're in a marriage or something, you know that there's something that there's a commitment there, talk to that person. If that person still has issues, then you're really going to have to think about this relationship. Okay? If you cannot be your own true authentic self either while you're engaging in the act, you're not gonna find your bliss that way. You won't achieve that bliss if you cannot be yourself in the bedroom. Okay? It's unhealthy to suppress your sexuality. It really is. It really is. And there are taboos with that, right? Especially with religion. No. Talk to God about it. Trust me, I've actually had God reveal some stuff to me, and it was very enlightening. Okay? So you guys really got to get out of this wishy-washiness. And you know deep down inside what it is you need to do, Scorpio. You have to trust your intuition here. You need to find more of a balance with what is right for you. Okay? There could be an unstable relationship. Maybe, if you're engaging in sexual activity here, there's something about a connection relationship not being stable. And when there's no stability, you have no solid foundation to build something masterful from that relationship, okay? So we have Seven of Cups and Ace of Wands. There's some fantasy around sex here because the Ace of Wands is the phallic card. That's why I channeled it. So, I can't believe they want me to say this. They said, say it, Jess. Okay, I'm going to say it. There's something about some taboos about masturbation, okay? Because I'm looking at the Seven of Cups and the Ace of Wands. And as I said, the Ace of Wands is a phallic card, all right? So there's something here where there's an addiction to that, okay? And again, it's like I did say an addiction to porn. I did say that. That's why I got this. That's what this is. Some of you may very well be afraid of commitment, and you're probably turning to this stuff to feel sexually free, but at the end of the day, you're really not getting what you need out of doing this, Scorpio. Again, this is for some of you, not for all of you. Okay, there's no judgment. This is turning out to be some very interesting reading. All right. Or there may be taboos about that where they talk about, you know, and I know in religion, they say that like masturbation is wrong. Now, here's the thing. If you're not addicted to it, okay, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But if you are addicted to it, there is something that's not healthy with that attachment, okay? See, again, with that, it's stability. Or some of you are thinking, going back and forth. I don't know, is masturbation bad? Or is it okay, right? Again, this is going to be weird for some of you because you're like, what? Ask God about this. Trust me. Ask God about this. You can ask God about anything. All right? If this is resonating with you with the whole masturbation thing, this is really weird that I'm talking about this. You're going back and forth. Ask God about it, okay? What does your intuition tell you? What does your gut tell you? Again, cannot be an addiction. Don't get it. The addictions are not healthy. And that is for some of you where you're like, you need to find a balance. Some of you need to really start finding more fulfilling relationships instead of going to something else to get off. I'm just going to say it that way, okay? You're trying to fulfill your fantasies by going to porn, or there's something about like overdoing it with masturbation here, all right? Again, you really need this, okay? You're seeking this, whatever this is for you. You really need this. This is also the illusions about sex here. What it really is, what it isn't. And you can go back to the beginning of the video when I was channeling the sexual freedom card as to what I talked about with that. Okay. Again, the illusions, the taboos. Some of you are not seeing something clear. You have clouded judgment about sex. Maybe even about procreation. Right? Because Ace of Wands talks about the birth of a child as well. Okay? And I talked about that, did I not? Honestly, guys, it's not just used for procreation, as some of the religions talk about. It's this beautiful thing between two people. I mean, again, guys, I can't stress it enough. Talk to God about it. That's what I did. He is the truth. He has all the answers. But you really have to get into a meditative state or ask God for signs about something, okay? So, you really have to start having a newfound passion for love and for life. And again, that's tying into committing to what lights you up, what gives you that spark. What is it that you're truly passionate about? Some of you may have thought you're very passionate about sex or something, But apparently that's not fulfilling you, right? It's an illusion. Getting caught up in the fantasies or something with that. But what you really need is that deeper soul connection first, so that you can have that true sexual freedom with these people. See, this is a very innocent card. It's not very porn-like. All right? This is what sex is supposed to be. They're doing something there, right? But look how beautiful the energy of this card is. This is a place of bliss right here. Just feel it. You can feel it from the energy of that card, okay? But you got to start following what really lights you up. What are you really passionate about? You got to go for it. Because whatever it is that you're picking, you're choosing, all of these distractions, all of these cups here, it's not doing it for you. And you know it. You got to walk away from that. See the 8 of Cups already. Some of you are picking things or relationships that you think are fulfilling. But look, these cups are in the sky. We don't know what's in them. In the Rider-Waite, there are things that are not healthy for us, right? We don't even know what is in these cups. You got to start contacting your angels, asking God, like I said, okay, God, what should I really be doing here? What is really my ultimate fulfillment? What is the Ace of Cups for me? And it has something to do with something you're very passionate about. Something that really lights your fire. Okay? Maybe you're confusing passion with sex, right? Like you want to get that spark. Bursting with fire, bursting with energy, vitality, okay? This is like solar plexus energy here. Even sacral chakra, all right? But I'm seeing more solar plexus. What is really going to give you that vitality, that life force? What is really going to just catapult you out there and start, you know, really fully living life? This is like really living life card to like with this excitement, with this ambition, this drive. This is Mars energy right here. This is serious Mars energy right here. Because for some of you, sex is not doing it. You think it's lighting you up. You think it's fulfilling you, and you that's your happiness there. For some of you, it's not, and you know it. Okay, you know it. It's time for you to really go after what it is that you want. It's like Knight of Wands, King of Wands energy, Queen of Wands even. What are you gonna do? Everything that you think is lighting you up, it's like a short fuse, or just like the flame goes out really quickly. The flame gets lit up and then it dies. The flame gets lit up and then it dies. It doesn't stay burning like my candles do, because I've already read for like an hour and a half. We're already 41 minutes into this. It hasn't gone out. It goes out when I blow out the candle. So for some of you, it's like you keep trying to light something up. Ooh, there's the flame, there's the spark, and then it dies. Without you even doing anything, it just dies. That's apparently what's going on with some of you. And that's dealing with relationships. That's exactly what I said. Have sex. There's the flame. Ace of Wands. Things shooting up the sky. Maybe fireworks. Maybe. And then it dies. And then you're more back into this confusion. Well, wait a minute. I thought that was going to be it. I thought that was going to make me happy. What's going on? Even if for some of you who are already in a committed relationship, there's no spark there for some of you. And maybe for those of you who are married, you're like, well, where's the spark? God wants you to have the spark. It's the Ace of Wands. That is a God-given gift. This is God handing that spark to you. Some of you are not seeing this in your relationships. Go find something else that's going to really get you going. There's something creative. And I keep getting that for you Scorpios. There's something creative that you're very good at, that you need, that you're very passionate about. There's some skill, some God-given gift, some God-given talent with the Ace of Wands. You are going to find true fulfillment with that. And then everything else will fall into place, to include bringing in a partner where you can have this with them. Okay? That was interesting. Let's see what you need to avoid. Oh, I knew a queen was going to come up. I thought it was Queen of Cups. It's the Queen of Wands. I said the Queen of Wands. Did I not? You guys gotta have that courage and confidence to go after what it is that you want. You've got this creative bug in you, this creative talent that you should be utilizing to build yourself a business, because she is a business person. She's very successful. Her business is successful. Why? Because she is utilizing her God-given talents, and she was trusting in God in that, and she knew what she wanted and she went after it, and God supported her because she trusted God in doing that. So she went after that and created this successful business that everybody loves. She is that one who is a source of inspiration. She is the light. I talked about the fire going out, right? You need to do things in your life, Scorpio, that are going to keep that fire lit, the light within you lit. When she's in this position, this means that you are dimming your light, or somebody's dimming your light. And it's apparently, for some of you, you're engaging in these connections, and she can be a very sexual person too, okay? This person is very attractive. You may be dealing with people, or it's either you or your person, Scorpio, who's really they have this strong attraction to very good looking people. Okay, this is for some of you, not for all of you. It could be that, or okay, let me go back a second. Either you or your person are very sexually charged by good looking people, whether it's a man or women. Okay. And you have this need to like have sex with him. There may be somebody here where you feel more validated, you feel more beautiful if you have sex with somebody who's better looking than you. That's for somebody here. Okay? But there's no connection. That's not going to help you, Scorpio. That's not going to bring you fulfillment. It's really not lighting you up. You know it's not. Okay? That's for somebody here. Others of you, there's this like addiction in a sense to people who are very attractive, very good looking, and you have this need to like have sex with them. It's like, oh my God, that's a hot chick. That's a hot dude. I'm going to say it. This is going to be the craziest reading I've ever done. I'm going to bang that chick. I'm going to bang that guy over there, because that guy's freaking hot, or whoever this is. Okay. You guys are probably laughing with me. That's okay. I'm trying to have fun with this. That's not the meaning of sex, okay? Yeah, somebody can be very attractive, but if they're not attractive on the inside, that's not going to fulfill you either. All right? It's not going to fulfill you either. So don't do it just because the person is hot, all right? That's not going to help. You got to have this connection on the inside, right? The eternal soul, okay? The divinity within you. That may be for somebody here, okay? Or that's your person. I am going to say something else with this Queen of Wands in this position. She can also be, and it doesn't have to be a she. Remember, it could be a male too. Who is like, I'm thinking Christian Grey, all right? It's like a dominatrix of some sort. Somebody, okay, guys, this is the craziest reading for sure. Something about BDSM or whatever, okay? Somebody who might be addicted to that, all right? That's not this. That is not this. That is this. Some of you might be addicted to somebody where there's a dominatrix, or somebody who kind of like Christian Grey, where he dominates, but there's, remember when it got really bad and he like whipped Anna and stuff like that, and that was just way off base, right? He thought that was getting him off, but then what did he feel afterwards? He was confused because he goes, wait a minute, I don't feel sexually fulfilled after or whacking Anna with the belt. That's, if you haven't watched 50 Shades, I ruined it for you. Anyway, he got confused, right? It was like, I thought this was going to bring me the usual feeling that I get when I do this, when he goes to that extreme. Some of you may be starting to go through that same type of sentiment, like there's something different about this person, or I need to start finding somebody where there's something more to this than what I am doing with this type of like kinky sex or everything else that I just said, okay? Because she can actually portray that. This is a very dark side to her, okay? Either that's you, Scorpio, again, no judgment, or it's your person. Or somebody who watches this type of porn on the internet, all right? Somebody needs to get away from this. You have a very skewed vision as to what sex really is. And that's okay in a sense, because there's some trauma with you with regards to sex, okay? Maybe you were sexually abused as a child. That might be hitting somebody hard right now. And I am so sorry for that, all right? Maybe that's what happened. And that's exactly what happened to Christian Grey. He was abused. And he saw what was going on with his mother in relationships. Maybe you saw that too. Maybe you have a similar story to Christian Grey's, or your person does. Take it how it resonates, okay? This is turning out to be a very serious reading. Confused. Some of you are confused as to what sex really is, all right? But the true meaning of sex, it is worship. It is a godly thing, all right? You got to have that connection. It's about the connection of the souls. And some of you are trying to take too much control in the bedroom, or too much control of your sex life, or something like that. She's very controlling. Very temperamental too. Okay? There's somebody here where there's a lot of anger. The shadow side of this woman right here, this energy here, it's not to be messed with. Okay? Maybe you are dealing with somebody who is some very aggressive or something. Even though this is not masculine energy, I'm kind of feeling it, because I'm feeling the King of Wands with this too, in a sense. Okay? Or having it your way and your way only. If you're dealing with somebody and you're engaging, you have a sexual relationship with them, and they're telling you, oh no, we're only going to do sex this way, we're only going to do it my way, and they're not allowing you to kind of like, well, why can't we do this? There's something about with the lights on for somebody, okay? That tends to be a thing. But I want to do it this way, I want to do it that way. Somebody always wants to do it missionary, but somebody's really wanting to do it some doggy style or I cannot believe I'm doing this, guys. This is hilarious. Something about, a different position, okay? And your partner's like, no, we got to do it this way. It could be a religious thing too. No, and no, Scorpio. That is not... I know it sounds weird to some of you, especially if there's religious aspects to this. That is not how God intended for two people to engage in sex. There's tantric sex too, which is phenomenal. No, I have never been in that, not yet. But I've heard about this and I've studied on this, and I have to study a little bit more about it. But there's something way more deep and spiritual about that. And there's all types of crazy positions with tantric sex, right? That is incredibly liberating from what I've read, okay? And some of you, if you're dealing in relationships like that, the person's not allowing you to be in tune with your true sexual self and your how you would like sex to be. You are not with the right partner. I have to say it, Scorpio, you're not. You're not. Or even somebody who's somebody's very demanding. No, I have to have it now only at 2 o'clock on Saturdays, and that's it. No, that is not this either. Okay? That is not this either. You don't control sex. You don't have times when you do it. You know, I can only do it at night. I can only do it in the morning. I can do it on Saturdays. That's bull crap. Understood? It's bull crap. This could also be somebody who's juggling too many sexual partners. All right? We did have the Two of Pentacles. Let's try to get away with that. And if you're dealing with somebody like that and you know this, pull your power back here. Don't let this person dim your light here. And it's also depleting your energies, okay? Because what I said before, there's an exchange of energies when you have sex with someone. And you're pulling in the energies of the person they had sex with and so on and so forth. For some of you, they're actually lowering your vibration. She's a very high vibrational person when she's not in the shadow side, okay? There's always shadow and light to everything. There's always dark and light to everything, as you know. So if you're dealing with people like that, you got to get away from that. Okay? Whether that's you or your partner or both of you, it's time to really start committing to yourself and start working on yourself so you can attract that divine partner to have that sexual union with, okay? She was the only card that came out, right? Yeah. See, Five of Cups is at the bottom. You got to move on. All right? You got to move on from whoever's acting like this. Or if it's you, just like, you know, I'm done acting like this. I'm done with the porn addictions. I'm done with dealing with people who are juggling partners and just having sex just for the sake of it, to try to keep somebody. Everything that I've said, you've got to move on from this. You have to see the light at the end of the tunnel. There's a reason for everything, as weird as this sounds, Scorpio. There is a reason for everything. Even some of the not so nice stuff. Okay? And I know that's going to be hard for somebody to hear. All right? Don't take it up with me. Take it up with God. All right? We don't want to get caught in the victimhood stuff. Just let go. You need to let this person go. You need to let go of the need to be sexually fulfilled, and there's an addiction to it, whatever this is for you. You know what it is you need to let go of, Scorpio. You already know. You got to let go of this emotional baggage. You got to stop resisting change. There's a lot of sadness and grief here. Some of you are just very disappointed. Some of you are disappointed with your sex life, yeah. You know, you could do something about it. But when you start really focusing on yourself and your healing and becoming divine feminine, becoming divine masculine, everything changes. You're really going to have not only an incredible relationship, the sexual relationship between you two is going to be unlike anything you've ever experienced. That's what God wants us to experience. It's of a divine nature, okay? This is about accepting things as they are and just forgiving what has happened or what's going on. That must be very hard for some of you, but that's really going to be very liberating too. Okay? And somebody who may be controlling, juggling too many partners, or very highly sexually charged. Forgiveness is for you. It's not for them. It doesn't mean that they win. It doesn't mean you condone what they did. Forgiveness is self-serving, and it's for you to move on. Because when you hold this type of stuff in your heart space, you stay stuck in your past, and you can't open your heart to what true love is. Because remember, you have this in your heart space, and you really want that sexual union with somebody, right? You want that close connection with someone. If you have that resentment and anger within your heart, and the Queen of Wands can be a super angry person, that means there's no room for true love to come in, right? It's like you got a car in the garage and you buy a new car. Where am I going to put the new car? Well, you got to pull the other car. I can't fit in the garage. Where you have to pull the old car out, or you sell the old car, right? You got to make room for it. And forgiveness for some of you is going to be needed here so that you can allow this type of connection to come in, right? You have to let go of the old for the new to come in. So for some of you, forgiveness is going to be needed here. It helps you to move forward. You're supposed to be moving forward, Scorpio, not move backward, especially if you're dealing with somebody who cheated on you and had multiple partners and stuff. And whatever else happened with that, you have to forgive that person, okay? And you trying to just have random sex with people just to try to forget that, or to try to avoid it, it's not going to work. You know deep down inside, for whoever this is for, it's not working. God has somebody for you. All of us. But we have to do the work, and we have to learn to forgive and just move forward, not go backward. Our bliss, our abundance, our true happiness is not where you are right now. That's why you have to move forward. You have to let this go. You need to start focusing on your healing. Healing from this. Whatever trauma happened to you, it's time for you to start your healing. Okay? Oh my God, I'm getting goosebumps. This is one of the most serious readings I believe I've ever done. All right, Scorpio, I love you guys. I do. I really do. It's gonna get better, but it depends on you, Scorpio. I have faith in all of you guys. You guys can overcome this. It's not the end of the world. You were led here for a reason. There it is. See? Create your own luck. Adventuring. It depends on you. Again, I said, you want that in your life? It's up to you to get it. Look, take action. Red Jasper. I will read it. Let's read Red Jasper first, which is the bottom of the deck. That's why it says you have to take action. You're going to have to forgive and you have to move on. You cannot stay stagnant. You cannot resist change. You cannot resist doing this. It's time for you to move forward. You really got to start healing. Where the heck is the Red Jasper? I just saw it. Check that box. If your to-do list keeps growing or you're losing motivation, shift gears and put the pedal to the metal. You are in the driver's seat. Motivate yourself to take action and cross even the most tedious tasks off your to-do list. Getting started is half the battle, but it's equally important to be dedicated and finish what you start so you have a sense of accomplishment at the end of the day. Set realistic goals for yourself to stay on track and avoid delays. One by one, each task will get done. How would it feel to accomplish the things you have been procrastinating? What is the first step towards completion of one of these tasks? Your affirmation is, I can do it. Today, complete one thing you've been putting off, and some of you, it's forgiving. It's moving on. Did I not say this? You can do it. There's nothing you can't do. Scorpio. Adventuring. Luck starts with you. Simply by changing your energy, you have the power to shape your own fate. The first step is to align your thoughts, beliefs, and energy with what you want. Once you are fully aligned, you can attract opportunities you desire to accomplish your goals. Like a magnet, you can set yourself up for the best possible outcome in any situation. Your luck is not a coincidence, it's your own creation. Do you believe you're lucky? What area of your life could use an infusion of luck? How can you stay open to opportunities? Your affirmation is, I am a magnet for good fortune. At the end of the day, identify one lucky thing that happened to you. I actually had some lucky miracle thing happen to me just this morning. So, see, it starts with you. It's up to you. It's like the magician. Your thoughts create your reality, right? Chariot, you're the driver of your destiny. Change your energy. If you are in 5 of Cups energy, Scorpio, you're going to attract more sadness, heartbreak, sorrow, grief. All right? You stay with this emotional baggage, it's going to weigh so heavy on you, and it's not in alignment with this type of energy. You got to free yourself from that emotional baggage. Align your thoughts, beliefs, and energy with what you want. When you're aligned, you attract it. It's a law of attraction. Like attracts like. If you have this stone, I actually have it right here. This crystal, it's right here. They want you to hold it or wear a bracelet of it, meditate on it, and say the affirmation that went with this. You create your own luck, right? Is that what it was? Well, you can rewind it. Okay, the same thing with red jasper. To help you to have that courage and confidence, the Queen of Wands, the Ace of Wands here, to go for it. All right, take action. Just go do it. You know what you want. You have to go after it. You can't just sit there and wait for it to magically appear. God will do his part. You got to do your part first here, Scorpio. And if you don't have these crystals, I'm sure you can find them anywhere. I got all of mine on Etsy if you guys are curious. I wish I had a crystal shop. That would be cool. I actually used to make jewelry. I had my own jewelry business way back in the day, but that's a story for another day. I don't know. Somebody said you should get back to doing that. Who said that? Somebody just said that. I have to, right now, they're having me prioritize this, but I think maybe I can work something out to try to get back into that and sell them on my website. Because I know people, you know, I wear them all the time, and it's based on what I'm wearing. People do like those crystal bracelets, and you know, I want to do some for men too, because I know there's some males watching this. I know some males watch my readings. So we'll see. I don't know why I'm talking about that, but it is what it is. Let's see what the full moon... Oh yeah, because we were talking about buying crystals and how I wanted to have a crystal shop. That's kind of funny that that came out. What is this full moon in Leo bringing Scorpio? Please and thank you. Oh, that was fast. Oh my God, look. We were talking about this. Don't let your past hold you back, Scorpio. Don't. You have so many things waiting for you in the North Node. The energy is gaining momentum. Waxing moon. Bottom of the deck is a personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. All right. They always want me to read the book. South Node. Yep. Don't get stuck in that emotional baggage, Scorpio. The South Node, like the North Node, is a karmic point, but it's opposite to the North Node and relates to the past, perhaps even past lives. Whatever you're going through, whatever you're asking about, there's a chance that age-old programming and conditioning is stopping you from achieving all that you might. Do you feel stuck in something? This card will often come as a sign the situation or relationship you're asking about has somehow become suffocating, even toxic. It suggests that someone you even needs to be released, that there's some kind of addiction going on. You see? Or an unhealthy attachment that needs to be sorted out. One thing is for sure, when you get this card, you're being challenged to make some changes. Yep, even if staying where you are feels easier and safer. I release the past. A relationship is karmic and has played out across many lifetimes. Your attraction to someone may be verging on the obsessive. That's why I was picking up on the devil card. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. See, I was talking about somebody just wants to have sex with you and you don't want to do it. You don't have to do it. The south node is where the moon crosses the ecliptic going south. On the horoscope chart, it shows us what we are likely to become obsessed with, but which will probably do us little or no good. The south node is the karmic astrological point that reminds us of the well-known phrase, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. You got to move away from the mundane, with the same thing that you keep doing. It's not going to bring you your abundance, your bliss, all of that stuff. Waxing moon, wax on, wax off. Here we go. The energy is gaining momentum. During the waxing moon cycle, hope springs eternal. This card is a very positive omen, indicating that you can create the reality you're dreaming of, though it will take some work and you're not quite there yet. This is a time of energies rising up. Emotions are building too. Where do you want to go, and do you believe you can get there? Either you can just keep meditating and focusing on your desired outcome, or you can make the courageous commitment to take more practical steps towards your goals. Whatever you decide, you are most certainly on the right track. I know I'm headed in the right direction. This situation is full of potential. Your dream can come true. More effort is yet required. Are you willing to give it? Review your goals and ensure you're still committed. Keep moving forward. That's why we have the commitment card at the bottom of the deck. The waxing cycle is the period of the lunar cycle from new moon to full moon, and during this time, the moon appears to be slightly bigger and rounder every night. This is a very empowered and empowering time, and this is a very promising card. It suggests now is the time to make plans and to act on them, no matter when you actually pull the card. Whatever you're thinking about here, you're about to do something. You have the Ace of Wands. You have the Queen of Wands. You know what you want. You need to go after it. Right here. Take action is here. I can do it. Right? Create your own luck. It's up to you, Scorpio. Something new is about to happen. There's a new beginning here. Some passionate new connection. Some new beginning. A fresh start with somebody. Oh, Scorpio. Whoa. Okay, this is crazy. Hold on. There's somebody here. And I think it's you, Scorpio. This is not for everybody, but let me get this out because somebody needs to hear this. Somebody here, you or the Scorpio, obviously I'm doing Scorpio's reading, it's you. There's someone here who was like this. Everything that I said with addiction to porn or to sex or having, you might have gotten involved with a dominatrix or something like that. Something obsessed with the Christian Grey type of thing, right? Sex is power or whatever. You're feeling validated or feel like you're somebody. Make you feel more attractive or more empowered, something like that. You were doing this and you started to realize that it wasn't fulfilling for you. And you probably ran into your counterpart and you tried the same thing with them, or you tried, or maybe you talked about your really strong, deep sexual desires, and you ended up feeling guilty afterwards. And every time that you may have tried to engage in sex with this person, you tried to go that route, and you started to realize, I cannot do that with this person. Your counterpart actually changed your viewpoint on sex. There it is. That's for somebody here. It changed the way you viewed it. You started to realize that your person got you to view sex as worship because of the divinity in that person, and that you really wanted a deep connection, because what you were doing, Scorpio, was you were avoiding your feelings. You were avoiding that connection. You didn't want to feel. You just wanted to have the sex, and that was it. And over time, you started to feel more depleted, and you started to feel more empty and alone. And your person was the one who changed that for you. Holy cow. And because you saw this person as an option, maybe as a sexual object, maybe because, again, you were attracted to very good-looking people. All right. This is the most attractive queen out of all the queens. All right. She's a very sexy person. It's like people are drawn to her. It's like she might be exotic looking too. I don't know. That's for somebody. All right. Maybe somebody who is like a different race than you or ethnicity or something like that. And but this person is like comprised of a lot of different races. I don't know. I'm going off on a tangent, but there it is. That's what they want me to channel. And you viewed this person differently. You judged them based on their looks, and then you ended up having a strong connection to them, and you pulled away because of what happened in the past. And you may want to communicate with this person, because now I'm getting, that's why it says a personal issue reaches resolution here. You know you want this with this person. And now you're like, I want this fresh start with this Queen of Wands here. The light of the Queen of Wands, because there's this person, is her light is super luminous. And it's been drawing you. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. There's a lot of chemistry here. And you're a little bit hesitant to come forward to have this fresh start with this person. Again, could be communication, even though I don't see communication cards, but I'm feeling it. You're afraid that, you know, when you confess this to your person, that they may not really be accepting of this. That's why there's forgiveness with the Five of Cups here. And or it could be your person too who's done this, and they want to explain everything that happened, because there is some sort of abuse for somebody, some sexual abuse for somebody, or some sort of trauma that happened with someone. It could very well be that if they were in a long-term commitment or a marriage with somebody who was attractive, but they slept around a lot. Okay. And that damaged this person. Okay. And Scorpio, you guys are water. That there's deep emotions there. When water signs are kind of hurt that badly, it takes them a while to heal, especially if they have strong Pisces in their chart. Okay. Maybe you have Pisces in your chart. Pisces, sun, moon, or rising, or something like that. That's why with the waxing moon, this situation holds potential. That really just, it hit me there. And maybe hit somebody too when I got that. Your dream can come true, right? More efforts required. You have to keep moving forward. If you're dealing with somebody where you need to express this to this person, it's time for you to really to release all of this. Okay? It's time to release, right? Don't let the past hold you back. Whoever this is for, even, you know, for you guys, if you're not dealing with somebody, don't let that past hold you back. That's for everybody there. It's time to make plans and act on them. You've been planning something. It's time to act on it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Full moon in Cancer. Things are likely to get very heated, as full moon in Cancer is a super emotional sign. So there could be something of an explosion of feelings around now or surrounding your question. It's important to be sensitive to the other people when you pull this card. There are some very fine sensibilities around, so tread carefully as you move towards your goals or dreams. This card indicates an especially feminine time. It also heralds the time to deal with any family issues coming up. Nothing to worry about. It signals a challenge is now coming to an end. This card also suggests both that a domestic partner or private issue will come to a head, and that it's a great time to move house. The answer to your question lies in being a kind leader. This is a time for you to step up and agree to overcome your insecurities. That's Queen of Wands energy. It may be best to move towards what you want in a sideways manner. Meditate to soothe heightened emotions. Don't be clingy. Stop sulking. Have you had enough family time lately? The heightened emotions of the Moon Cancer combination can't be ignored. So with this card, it means that there's a sense that all is as it should be, or don't worry, all will soon be well. Did I not say that before I even pulled the theme cards? I said it before I even started the reading, guys. It's right there. There's nothing to worry about. Everything's going to be fine. You're going to be fine, Scorpio. Okay? Keep meditating on this. You're getting close to doing something that's very significant. And it has to do with communicating all of this to somebody, for some of you, okay? Or somebody's going to communicate all of this to you, Scorpio. That's why both of you need to have forgiveness for each other for whatever this is, whatever I talked about that I channeled in this reading. There is going, yeah, an explosion of feelings. I'm seeing the Ace of Cups. Somebody is really going to pour their heart out. I think I said that. That's why I said communication. Be sensitive to other people when you pull this card. Tread carefully. All right? There are some truths coming out, and there are a lot of truths coming out. It might even happen around the time of Mercury conjuncts Pluto, which is in a few days. It's in 4 days. It's February 11th. Yep, the energy is gaining momentum. You can't stop here, Scorpio. Keep moving forward, okay? Keep moving forward. Queen of Wands and Ace of Wands, that's Leo energy. Yep, full moon in Leo. You got South Node and Waxing Moon, and then a full moon in Cancer. Yeah, it might be, this full moon in Leo might be totally activating this person or you, Scorpio, to pour your heart out. This is going to be a very serious conversation. This is why this is a very serious reading. This is not something to be joked around with. This is not someone to be judging somebody on or criticizing somebody on. This is very serious, Scorpio. It's very, very, very serious. That's why it says be sensitive to the situation, because whoever's going to be confessing what I talked about or some of what I talked about, it's going to be a lot for them to express. Let them express this. Hear them out. Try to put yourself in their shoes, because this is not going to be easy for somebody to do this at all. There's a lot of trauma here, okay? I would expect that if Scorpio, if this is not you and it's your person, if you, Scorpio, went through a lot of this type of trauma that they're going to express to you, I would think that somebody would want you to be forgiving, and somebody would want you to be sensitive and understanding of the trauma. Right? That's what true love is. When you can really do that, that's what true love is. And that's what a true sexual union is too. Okay? Vulnerability, forgiveness, acceptance, tenderness, understanding. It's a lot. Right? That's why I said you can't criticize, you can't judge people unless you know all the facts. Wow. This is by far the most intense, serious reading I've ever done, and it's kind of funny. Scorpio, why? Because it's Scorpio. You guys are the most intense zodiac sign. And as I usually say in your readings, a lot of people don't give you a lot of credit. And it really bothers me, I'm not going to lie, when people talk about, oh my God, Scorpio's this, and don't confuse me with a Scorpio, I will never deal with a Scorpio, all this stuff. Where is your divinity when you say that? I'm not talking about you, Scorpio. I'm talking about other people talking about Scorpios. Or maybe there's a cross watcher here. Where's the divinity in you? You can't judge somebody, especially based off a zodiac sign. My son even knows this. He gets all, a little bit angry when people talk about, oh, I'm not dating a Gemini, I'm not dating a Scorpio because this, and this. It's not based off of your sun signs. So get it straight. There's a lot of karma involved in people's lives. We all have it. We all have to pay it off. I don't know why I'm going off on this rant, but it really bothers me because, again, it's because of you, Scorpio, because I see comments like that still to these days. And it's like, where is your divine self in all this? We're all one. I don't even know who most of you are watching this. I'm connected to you regardless. We're all connected to each other. So there's no right for us to be criticizing somebody because of a sun sign or some crap. It's downright ludicrous. It really is. It needs to stop. You have no idea what's in that birth chart. None. And I've seen some really intense birth charts, and some are so heartbreaking. It's like, oh my God, I pray that this person gets out of this. I'm not kidding. You have the passion card. Of course, Scorpio. A magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. I said there's a lot of passion here. Look at all this. Some of you, you're dealing with, there's a lot of passion, intense chemistry. I said that. And the connection. But again, be careful. If there is a lot of intense chemistry and passion, but you do not have the spiritual compatibility, the really deep soul stuff connection, you got to stop having sex with that person. You know deep down inside, Scorpio, for some of you, you're not being fulfilled. You cannot keep somebody around or stay with somebody just because of the intense chemistry. You need to have emotional freedom with it too, and spiritual compatibility with it, not just passion. Some of you have been in these situations and relationships where there's all this crazy passion, and yeah, the sex could be through the roof. However, how do you really feel afterwards? Do you really feel that fulfilled? Are you really blissful, or you're just content for, like, I don't know, half an hour, 2 minutes, and then that's it? You see what I'm saying? You got to be careful with passion, but you have to have passion along with the soul bond there to really have that true sexual union. Bottom of the deck is close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. There you go. There you go, Scorpio. All right. If you would like a personal reading with me, or if you want to book a live coaching session, my nose is stuffy for some reason, check out the description box below on information on that. Or you can hop on over to CapellaWellness.com. Check out my service suite. I have a bunch of services there to help whoever needs it. I'm also offering a Reintegrating the Divine Feminine class. That is tapping into, I'm going to provide an 8-step process on how you can really embody those energies, because when you really step into your Divine Feminine energy, you unlock your true unlimited potential, which prepares you to start really fulfilling your true destiny this lifetime. Okay, we talk about a lot of this stuff too, because the Divine Feminine, she's in tune with her sexuality and sensuality. That's Venus energy right there, right? And how to deal with understanding what the true meaning of sex is, on top of what I talked about here, and how you can really step into those energies so that you can attract these deep soul connections, your divine counterpart, okay? So you can have the true bliss that was meant for you to have. So if you want information on that, everything is in the description box with a direct link to all the different 3 classes that I have. If you have any questions about the class that I'm holding or this reading or anything else, my email address is in the email, and the email address is in the description box below if you would like to reach out to me. Or if you're on my website, CapellaWellness.com, there's plenty of other ways to get in contact with me there too. All right, Scorpio. Alrighty, that concludes your weekly reading. Thank you so very much for watching this video, for subscribing to this channel if you haven't already, and for illuminating that thumbs up button. I would greatly appreciate it. I wish you the best today and always. I send you so much love, and I hope I illuminated your well-being today. Again, this is Jasper, Capella Wellness.